So when you've seen molecules in the past, you probably think of them as having a shape. Well, this kind of shape. Atoms get these shapes by the way their electrons arrange themselves around the nuclei of atoms. There's a really simple principle that governs all of this. Electrons hate each other. In fact, they are utterly repelled by each other. The result is that electrons are always trying to create the most space between each other. Now back to orbitals. The sp, d, and f orbitals all have actual shapes. When there's only 2 electrons around an atom in an s orbital like hydrogen, they make a sphere. But when there's more than 2 electrons in an energy level, electrons get creative. For example, if you have an s orbital and 3 p orbitals in an energy level, instead of just an s sphere overlapping with a couple dumbbell p orbitals, the electron hybridizes and makes 3 sort of inflated spheres that then arrange themselves around an atom. This is called hybridization. That is, hybridization is the electrons creating new orbital patterns and shapes out of simpler orbitals in order to create the most space between electrons. This specific case is an example of sp3 orbital hybridization. Hybridization gives molecules their shapes. The shape that sp3 hybridization creates is called the tetrahedral shape, but shapes are a topic for another time. Just know that there are lots of other kinds of hybridization involving different sublevels and numbers of electrons. Okay, so this is all very abstract, but what about other experiments you can do with electrons? Never fear! Cathode ray tubes are here! A cathode ray tube is just a glass tube with wires at both ends that produces a beam of electrons. There's also a bunch of stuff within the tube to direct the tube of electrons.